Good morning, my dear students, and a very warm welcome to all of you in the Z Learning program. Friends, welcome to Science by Harsha ma'am. What we have done up till now, we have done about the entire phylum Chordata. Yes, some of the part of Chordata is left out. But before we do that, let's have a quick look at entire kingdom Animalia first. What are the names? Just Kingdom Animalia is divided into 9 phylums. Which are those now? It's this: Porifera, Coelenterata, Plathelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata and Chordata. 9 नाम तो आपको बहुत ही मतलब you should be able to say it. Once again, Porifera, Coelenterata, Plathelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata and Chordata. Porifera, Coelenterata, Plathelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata and Chordata. Coming to Chordata, the vertebrates are divided into 5 parts. Which are those 5 parts? We have already seen although, but we'll have a quick look again. Try to recall हमने कितनी columns की थी? We had done 7 columns. One, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 parts हमने डिवाइड किए थे और ऐसे वो 5 parts में डिवाइडेड थे. The very five parts are this: Piscis, Amphibia, Reptilia, and Mammalia. ये है उनके नाम. They are Piscis, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. सबसे पहले हमने क्या बात की थी? Where do they live? That is their habitat. उसमें क्या था? Water, water plus land, water plus land, diverse, diverse. Okay, याद कीजिए, what was the habitat about? It was water, water plus land, water plus land, diverse, diverse. Look at, try to look over here. This was the very first part. Piscis, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. The very first thing was what? Habitat. Where do they live? Water, water plus land, water plus land, diverse, diverse. Then we had the structure, but we will not discuss first structure. We had first discussed about the heart. हार्ट की अगर हम बात करें तो it was in this way: 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. 2 chambered, 3 chambered, 3 chambered, 4 chambered and 4 chambered. Okay. उसके बाद था respiration. Here it was gills, gills plus lungs, lungs, lungs and air sacs. ऐसे था. Look, it was in this way: respiration, gills, lungs, lungs, air sacs and lungs. Coming to the next part, which is fertilization. पहले दो में external था. Here exception was shark and other all three were having internal fertilization. What is the fertilization? Fertilization means the how the i- birth to the young one is given. Either eggs are laid or the birth is given. If the embryo's formation takes place inside the body, then it is the internal fertilization. If it takes place outside the body, then it is external fertilization. Then you had one example. Here it was dogfish. Okay, amphibia frog, reptile lizard. These are the very common ये उस बर्ड में आप किसी भी बर्ड का नेम लिख सकते हो. पिकॉक, स्पैरो हैं, आप कोई भी लिख सकते हो. मैमेलिया में जनरली ह्यूमन बींग्स आते हैं. Here it was the body structure, and here we are having the other characteristics. This is about what is left out. Only other characteristics are left out. Rest all the part we have done, but we are going to do a quick review of it as we did it over here. Okay, you have already done this, but very quickly still note down this entire table. Then we'll try to recall the body structure and other characteristics. Be quick. सिर्फ इतना नाम. Write it again because this is biology where written practice is must. आप जितना ज़्यादा लिखेंगे उतना आपके लिए बेटर रहेगा. Be quick. Be quick and note the entire table. Okay, if you are not able to see it. I hope now you are clear with the content, and now let's move further on the next particular part, that is the structure and the body shape. We have already done it, yet we are doing the revision because this is one of the very, very important part. First of all, if we talk about the structure and body shape of all the pieces, then try to recall it was in this way, that is they are covered by scales. If you observe the body of any particular fish, and then you can see the scales, the body is streamlined. What is the meaning of the word streamline? Streamline means from beginning it is bit small and afterward it is big, just in order to avoid the friction. Then they are dorsoventrally flat, dorso top ventral bottom, top to bottom they are flat. Okay, even none of the other part is expanded. Next, this we have already done. Coming to other characteristics over here, I hope you can read it over here. It's this: the sense organs are lying on their body line and they are cold blooded. Now, this is a new word for you, cold blooded. Any organism can be bifurcated into two parts, either it is warm blooded or it is cold blooded. Now, what is the meaning of the word warm blooded and cold blooded? These two are the new terms for you. If we talk about warm blooded, that means with the temperature, their body can resist a bit of temperature changes. But this people's body, this phylum's body, it is cold blooded, that means it will not be able to adapt any kind of changes. The change in any type of temperature will lead to a problem to them. So, one of the characteristics of them is the how is the body? It is cold blooded. They are having sense organs on their body line. That is okay, fine. It is understood. But what about cold blooded? Cold blooded means they are having such a property that they cannot resist any kind of temperature change in them. कितना भी temperature change आ जाए उनमें उनको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता हो तो they are warm blooded, and अगर फर्क पड़ता हो then they are cold blooded. So note down this cold blooded part, and the very first part, quick. In pieces, you might have left the space. Be quick. Okay, so I hope you are clear with the content. The next part is about the amphibians. If we talk about amphibians, then in the other characteristics of amphibians, you are having just two characteristics. One among those is this, that is there are two pair of limbs and they are cold blooded. Once again, cold blooded, it came. Uh, See, even the temperature of the humans, it is trying to adjust as per the place you are going, and internal body temperatures also vary as per the external, but their body temperature doesn't fluctuate, and ultimately sometimes it creates a problem for them. So they are having two pair of limbs and these are cold blooded. Generally, uh, it is saying that if the person is cold blooded, that means they are having no emotions and all that. but that is the general way human beings are coming into the category of warm blooded. Okay, so the second one noted down. After that we'll move with this, that the third one, that is the reptile one. Quick, just you are having two lines, quickly note it. Moving on the next part, that is third one, reptilia. If we talk about reptilia, then except turtle, all are carnivores and possess teeth. Among all the reptiles, only turtles are not carnivores. टर्टल को छोड़ के बाकी सब carnivores हैं and they are having teeth for eating the flesh. So this is again a very important part. What was the very first one among the for the pisces? It was that they are having the sense organs on their body line and they are cold blooded. Next, amphibia, they are again cold blooded and they are having two pair of limbs. If we come to the next one, that is reptilia, these are except turtle, all are carnivores and they possess teeth. Okay, note down this and after that we'll do about the aves. Be quick. Okay, so I hope you have noted down. Next is about the aves. They are warm blooded, that means they can change their body temperature and they can try to resist or try to survive in the changes. Then you are having they are having esophagus where it will store food and that is helping the young one for feeding. Many times you might have seen कि कोई भी bird है, they constantly chew. If you put the grains, then they'll chew. They'll put in their mouth, and when they go to the young one, they keep everything in the esophagus. Then moving to the young one, uh, they'll again, they don't have polythene bags or something like that that they can carry and or tie it somewhere. Okay, it's not possible for them. So god has already God was already knowing that this kind of some circumstances will come where they have to feed their children. Now how can the birds carry everything, because they also have to fly? So what god did, they gave them the storage structure over here, here only, where they can store enough amount of grains so that they can feed their young ones. This is a very important part, because we should keep in our mind that this is how the entire world is formed. कोई भी भूखा सोता नहीं है. That is the God's miracle. They are warm blooded. That means they can resist when temperature changes. When what will the esophagus do? It will store food and it will help in feeding the young one. Okay, so this is a very important part. Note down quickly. Note it down very quickly. It's esophagus. Here O is there. Okay. So I hope you have noted. In the last part, uh, here you are having that female possesses milk secreting glands, uh, and that is feeding the young one after the birth. This is the very important characteristics um, that is there in kingdom mammalia. You might have like you might be knowing that whenever child is born, it is advised the milk should be the milk of the mother only. All the females, they are possessing milk secreting glands, and this gland secret milk only of the child, and that also for some duration of time only. So that is all the hormonal changes that are occurring in the body of the female for feeding the young one. So all the females, they possess milk secreting glands, mammary glands that will feed the young one after the birth. Okay, here it's possess. Be quick and note it down. Be quick. So this is about the entire part which we have done. Before we revise this very small one, oh yes, now it's fine. One of the important part that I want to make you do is the difference between the warm-blooded and cold-blooded ones. It is you already know that this difference, that is the difference between the warm-blooded and cold-blooded, it's not there in your syllabus, but for the sake of for learning the things properly, will note down the difference between them. The very first over here is this. Here we'll write the character by which here whether they are warm blooded or cold blooded. First we'll write cold blooded, then warm blooded. The very first thing that will come in the past is whether they are able to maintain or not. उनकी बॉडी का वो लोग कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर मेंटेन कर सकते हैं कि नहीं. Here they cannot maintain, while here they can maintain, and that's why uh, and that is the reason these people will not be able to survive, and these people will be able to survive in the extreme temperature changes. The next part is the energy consumption. If we talk energy consumption, do these people cold-blooded obtain the energy? These people obtain the energy from the things that are in the surroundings. From surroundings. While here, these people obtain energy from the food they eat. Whatever energy they are consuming, from where they are getting, what is the energy consumption source for them? More precisely speaking, they are getting it from the surroundings, and that's why they are facing the problem and adapting the change. Whatever food the warm blooded is eating, from them the energy will be retrieved. Okay, note down the 2 points and then we'll move further on the third point, that is the body temperature. Here body temperature constantly varies based on the changes in the environment. Here it is maintained from 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, moving further on the next part, can they survive due to can they survive during their extreme temperature changes, so their body cannot resist the temperature changes. And here in the warm blooded, if we talk about the survival, here the body cannot resist the temperature change in the survival. In the cold blooded, here they adapt the temperature change. What is the example over here? All the pisces and amphibia, and here all the mammalians. Okay, and even the aves. This is what is the difference between the cold-blooded and the warm-blooded parts of the chordates that we did. And please note it down. This is the thing that you should actually know. This is very simple difference. The body cannot maintain the proper temperature, and that's why they face problem and their survival becomes a problem in the extreme temperature changes. If it is extreme. Okay, now note down these points quickly. The difference. Be quick. Now, let's have the look at the entire part once again. Try to recall how we had tried to learn the entire thing. We learned the entire thing by dividing everything into how many columns? Okay, 7 columns. First, except actually 8 columns, but if we exclude the names part, then there are 7 columns. उसमें सबसे पहले क्या था? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द नेम्स, फिर एम्फीबिया, रेप्टिलिया, आइव्स एंड मैमिलिया. उसके बाद क्या आता है? आफ्टर दैट वेयर डू दे लिव? दैट इज देयर हैबिटेट, दैट इज water, water plus land, diverse, diverse. Then we had learnt about the heart. Heart, it is 2 chambered, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. 2 chambered, 3 chambered, 3 chambered, 4 chambered, 4 chambered. The next part is how the respiration takes place. It is through gills, through lungs and gills, even the skin, then lungs and beach mein air sacs. Fertilization, external, external, internal, internal, internal. Then example, that is dogfish, frog, lizard, peacock and human being. Then we had discussed about the body shape and structure, and lastly we discussed about the other characteristics they are having. If we talk about their basic body characteristics, then just think, how is the body of the fish? It is having scales, it is flat from top to bottom, and it is streamlined. Coming to amphibia, then they are having some of the poisonous glands and muscle glands. uh, their body is smooth and they do not have scales. Coming to lizard, they have a thorny level, that is the thorny epidermal, and their body is very dry and it is a waterproof skin. If we talk about ales, then if we talk about the exoskeleton, then exoskeleton features they are having feathers. And what is the endoskeleton feature? Endoskeleton features they are having light weighted, very delicate pneumatic bones. Then if we talk about class Mammalia, then their body is covered by thin hair and they are having sweat glands. Some of them have trunk, tail and neck. That is about characteristics. If we talk about the other characteristics, then in piscis they're having sense organs even on their body lining. How are they? They are cold blooded. What is the meaning of the word cold blooded and warm blooded? A very big difference has been taught to you. If we talk about amphibia, then they are having 2 pair of limbs. You might have seen frog. Okay, 2 pair means total 1, 2, 3, 4. And how are they? Again cold blooded. Then next, if we talk about reptilia, then except turtle, all are carnivores and they possess teeth. Coming to aves, then they are warm-blooded and in their esophagus they store food for the young one. Coming to mammalia, how they feed their young one. So for them, they are having a milk secreting glands that is helping to feed the young one. So kindly note down, means read all the entire part and then we'll move further. Read the entire part, then we will move further. Only read it. The time is giving not for noting, only for reading. Read the entire part. Once again, read it, it will be very much helpful to you. Chalo, be quick in reading. So I hope you have read the part. This is again the part that we need to discuss. What is the difference between the cold-blooded and the warm-blooded animals? If we talk about the characteristics, then constant temperature is maintained by the warm-blooded ones, but it is not being maintained by the cold-blooded animals. If we talk about the energy consumption source, how they are consuming the energy, from where they are getting, so the cold-blooded ones, they are getting all the energy source is from the surroundings, while here from the food they are eating. The body temperature of the cold-blooded will vary, while here it is maintaining approximately from 35 to 40. Survival, their body cannot resist the temperature change. Extreme temperature changes here, they will be able to adapt. Over here the example is the species in amphibia, here mammalia and aves. So please again read this part, be quick. The timing is given only to read. Okay, so this was about the part which we did, and this was the very first beginning how we had tried to recall habitat, heart, respiration, fertilization, and the example. These five are very easy to remember. Once again, the entire kingdom, how many kingdoms are there? Kingdom to पांच हैं. Okay, but among them we have completed Plantae and even them Animalia. Animalia, what are the 9 phylums? Porifera, Coelenterata, Plathelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and Chordata. And in the Chordata, the 5 subvertebrates are this, that is species, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammalia. I hope you have understood at least this particular phylum properly. And my dear ones, for today, uh, this is the important part if you are very much interested in going for B group. One of the very major important part of the entire uh, class 9 is this. So I hope you are able to understand it, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening to me, and have a very good day. That's all. Bye bye.